How do you embed a crisis ready culture? It's something that we talk about obviously a lot at Crisis Ready Institute because it's the fifth phase of the crisis ready model. It's the whole difference between solely relying on a stagnant, very siloed, very theoretical and linear crisis management plan that does very little to actually serve your organization in its most critical, dire moments. It's the difference from that to having a team that is empowered and trained across the organizations that are able to assess and respond to any type of challenge or risk, crisis, issue in a way that actually strengthens the trust and the credibility that your stakeholders have in your brand. How do you embed this type of culture? Yes, you can go through simulations, which are great exercises, but those happen maybe once a year, maybe every 18 months if your organization is really crisis ready savvy. And that's not enough to really embed that type of culture. So, what are the steps that you can take daily, weekly, and monthly across your organization to really set yourself, your team, and your brand up for this level of resiliency and success? This is precisely the topic, the question that we're going to be exploring in this month's Crisis Ready Mastermind session on March 11th at 11 a.m. Eastern. This month's Mastermind session is going to be joined by Mike Todd, founder and CEO of Near Life. Mike is an expert in experiential learning, and during this month's mastermind, Mike will share some inspired best practice approaches to using experiential learning in different ways throughout your organization to support and to embed your crisis-ready culture. From there, the community will discuss, as per usual, ways in which to adapt and implement these best practice approaches for their crisis-ready success. Mike, hello. We're so excited to have you join on March 11th to share your wisdom. And in anticipation of that session, can you share some of the benefits that you've personally seen organizations reap from this type of cultural experiential learning approach to their crisis ready?
Well, thanks, Melissa. What does experiential learning do? It allows people to have safe failure, so you can deal with difficult situations, make difficult decisions, and how you see the real outcomes via simulation or by scenario learning about how that would unfold in the real world. And it's been proven to improve knowledge retention, that people prefer this type of approach to learning, and it's just a way to make it more realistic and something that is more effective. So we're very, very pleased that you've invited us on. So we're looking forward to it.
I'm excited to have you, especially because what we're talking about experiential learning is really how can you implement systems and practices within the culture of the organization, department to department, whereby you're actually instilling and kind of honing this skill set, this crisis ready skill set on a monthly or weekly basis, built into the processes and procedures of your day-to-day activities. I'm excited to sit down with the community and to explore ways to really integrate this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the challenge. But I think the way technology's evolved over the last 5 to 10 years, there are the tools in place now that will allow you to kind of measure these things more effectively and create through the likes of interactive video, VR, augmented reality. You have ways of scaling this type of immersive approach in a way that perhaps wasn't possible in the past. And that's what hopefully will allow organizations to really, as you say, embed this as part of the culture on a recurring basis.
Yeah. We revert to default in when crisis strikes, and every part of being a crisis ready organization is really trying to level up that level of default progressively over time and consistently. And this really is I love the experiential, like fun, immersive, memorable way to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know, as I say, that the research is out there that proves this works, that knowledge retention is improved, engagement is up, so the learners prefer it, it's better for organizations, and the results kind of speak for themselves. So it is a challenge when approaching it for the first time, but I think hopefully on the session that we've got, we'll be able to kind of discuss ideas, talk around best practice, what works, what doesn't, and how to kind of think about these things in terms of organizational culture, and not just as some sort of quick fix, one-off solution like you suggest. Now you can ingrain it, I think, in a way that perhaps wasn't possible before.
Agreed. I'm really looking forward to it. So for viewers watching, If you want to learn more, and if you'd like to be a part of this kind of open dialogue that supports your efforts and your success, then I invite you to learn more about our Crisis Ready Mastermind sessions. The next one with Mike is being held on March 11th at 11 a.m. Eastern. And as a reminder, these mastermind sessions they happen once a month, and they're exclusive to our Crisis Ready community and our Crisis Ready membership for consultants. So if you want to learn more about those opportunities and what that's all about, go to crisisreadyinstitute.com and visit the membership sections of our website. Mike, I'm really excited. It's going to be an exploratory and like really implementable, really practical session that I know the value that it delivers. So I'm really excited that you're bringing it to our community. Thank you.
Thanks, Melissa.